here with Craig and Casey from TR1. What's up, guys?
Hey, how you doing?
What's happening, Mike?
Hey, so interesting story about you two guys is that both of you were my drum students in the same semester, and you ended up starting a group called TR1. So these are the types of stories that we love to talk about in MBPT, where students meet because of classes and then start collaborating. Can you tell us one of you tell us a little bit about TR1, how all of that got started?
So Craig and I met in Dan Childers' Audio 3 class, I believe, and we pretty much got along from the jump. And then we had a bunch of classes together after that, live sound. We had legal aspects, and then we ended up having that applied drum with you, Professor Fonseca, and we just started bouncing mixes off each other when we'd get out of legal aspects, because we were down at Highland, and we'd just be bouncing mixes off each other, like, hey, what do you think about this, giving each other feedback. And then after I did some classes with Roanna Gillespie and Heather Wagner, that was the music publishing, specifically in the PR and marketing for creatives, I talked to Craig after, I think he's sitting on it. He has a really great album. He may or may not want to bring that up, but when I heard it, he's like, what do you think about this? And it just blew my mind. And I was like, man, I need to collaborate with this guy. And I talked to my wife. I'm like, I need to work with this cat. Is off the charts. He's like, he really picked it up and figured life out as far as being a great engineer and hell of a songwriter, knows his music theory and stuff like that. So I had sent Craig a link to a website where you can see a bunch of songs that were used in TV and film, and some of our favorite groups. And I said, hey, what if we just did something specifically to see if we could step out of our comfort zone and just make some fun music that was of 2-3 minutes tops, and let's see if we can get some sync licensing happening. And that was kind of the start of it. And before I knew it, Craig sent me about 12 to 15 files, and then within a day or two, I sent him about 5 or 6 scratch vocals, and we just started collaborating from there.
Awesome. So Craig, I wanted to ask you what you were up to.
Man, right now I'm just working at the guitar store and trying to get my feet back in the gig economy, which isn't existent right now. You know, I haven't had a session or a live gig since February, and I was doing that a lot. I was making a pretty decent living just being an engineer. So I've got my first session actually tomorrow.
Cool.
All year almost, except for the beginning. So I'm pretty stoked about working with a band and in a studio and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I'm totally for hire. You can reach out to me however you want. Let's make some music.
Cool. Yeah. Everybody out there, keep that in mind. Craig, great engineer. So on this very latest release you guys put out, tell me a little bit about that, because it just came out, right? So what's going on? I see that there's a lot of activity, a lot of views, a lot of plays. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, just what I've learned by watching, and then in every class I've had, whether it was with Jeffrey Schulman or Casey Monahan, we all talked about how in the back in the days when, you know, the teenager was created in the 50s, they were all listening to singles. They were listening to the hip new song, and they all carried around, well, not all of them, but there was a little handheld radio called the TR1 Regency that was made by Texas Instruments. And if you think about it now, we're kind of back to that, where everyone thinks about this and songs. That's kind of why the first music video has that TR1 motif in it. But I kind of think we're back to where music consumers think of singles, and they're not so into albums. Maybe they are if you've got a few singles, but I'm sure you've seen it on social media and TV where someone just blows up and you go and look at it, they've got 2 singles and they've got like they must have some really good PR people, but it's pretty interesting. So I figured that there needed to be a video component, and they needed to see the lyrics. And since, you know, COVID and quarantine, really can't shoot a video with people in it, and I don't know if I want to be in the video, and I don't know if Craig wants to be in the video. So I just it's
Man, we're both old and ugly.
Yeah.
What can we do?
Yeah, so that's what that's about, Mike. Is we're gonna release some singles, and then next month we're gonna drop the album.
Awesome. Cool. So I'm so excited about you guys getting together, doing this stuff, doing the single, getting a lot of attention. I wish you guys all the luck in the world, and hopefully we'll hang out again soon sometime. So thanks, guys.